Welcome back, Powerful Mind. How you guys doing today? I missed you so much since last time. We are back and we are better than ever, baby. You already know what's going on. My name's Amaya, and today we're here with
Camera Swavey.
And let's roll the intro music now. Yeah. Ready? Powerful Mind. So I've been following you for a while now, actually, and I've been peeping your stuff. And I told you beforehand, like, I've seen how hard you've been working, and like it's, you know, on and off, which we'll get to, like the progression of everything.
Yeah.
But I've seen how much effort you do put into your craft, and you're from the area, and I think that you have a lot of respect because of how good your craft is, which is superb. So your music, great.
Appreciate
I already
it.
told you, if it was trash, I would tell you. But no, it's actually really fire. And I listened to all of your music, like all of it, you know, in preparation for this.
Okay.
Yeah, but I noticed that you've been making music since 2018.
Yeah, a little bit earlier than that, to be honest. I think right now, what are we, 2024? So we're getting like on our 10th year, like anniversary of our first mixtape that we released in high school. So
wow,
yeah, we've been at it for a minute. Me, Nizzy, you know, Design Life Nizzy, 30 Luke, John Carlos, you know, we had Wine RS, that's our group.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your record label.
Record label, yeah, record label and group. It's a collective.
Okay. All right, cool. And so that group is the group that produces all of the music videos, correct? That you have?
Let's see. So I have my cameraman Wolf in Palm Beach. He usually like records the videos, and then I'll either send them out and have them edited by somebody else, or I edit them myself. Like
oh wow,
the Repeat video that just came out like 2 weeks ago. I did that by myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I saw that you got a lot of traction on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Because what people are like, we've been waiting.
I don't even know what the reason was, to be honest. I think it was just because it was like a little, you know, dope video right before the show. Like I was trying to, you know, piece every piece of content together to make, you know, the algorithm. Because, you know, you got to like kind of trigger the algorithm to get like, you know what I'm saying? So kind of did it like that, dropped the show stuff, and then, you know, leading up to it and then dropping the video. So.
It was Peace Bash, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How did you get the opportunity? And you do a lot of open mics, or have you, or?
I've done a couple like here and there, to be honest. Like I like to do them just to get like my performance up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my skills up with that, because when I first started, it was like a little shaky. So, you know, I had to get right. But the Peace Bash really came up because my homeboy Dave Peace, it was his birthday, so that was like a birthday party / like performance type thing.
Okay.
I was working with him for a minute when I was living in Palm Beach. We worked at like this little restaurant together, and then I found out he made music, and you know, we just started connecting like that.
Yeah.
And then we're really trying to just put things in our hands now, instead of just, you know, like the previous person said, you know, just not waiting on people. You know, that's a big thing.
Absolutely.
Working with what you got, I believe in that for sure. So I'm like, let's just throw our own show. You know what I mean? Like, eventually you keep doing something, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's like, even if we do this first show right now and like 20 people come, it's like, that's fine, because, you know, you keep going and more people will come, and then your business just get bigger. So it's just like, that was the first show we threw on our own, and we're trying to do another one in the summer, but you know.
Okay. Yeah, nice.
It's all in the works.
Awesome. I love that. So tell me, how did you even get into music? Like, where did that come about? You know, the whole process to it.
Honestly, I just have like a love for music. Like,
I
have like the deepest love for music. I like, cause I started when I was like 14.
Wow.
So up from there, I was just listening to like a bunch of different artists. Like I always had, before like iPhones and all that, I had like MP3 players with like songs downloaded, LimeWire, all that. You know what I mean?
LimeWire.
Yeah, that's some old shit. Yeah, that's some old shit. And then let me see. I think at the point where I started making music, I was listening to ASAP at the time. It was like his first album. He had this one song on there called Suddenly.
Okay.
And it's like, he was just talking about like how like he was just working, and then everything changed like overnight. Not like an overnight success, but just like one day everything came to fruition type. And it just inspired me. I was just like, damn, it's kind of cool. Like, and then I love music myself, so I'm just like, why don't I give this a try? So like I started rapping myself. I wasn't very good at the beginning though. I was not. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, look back at it, I was actually trash.
Yeah.
Which I believe.
Yeah.
I believe. When you start something, you're never good at it.
No,
You
it's
start
a learning
something at
curve,
first.
and
Yeah.
you get
absolutely.
better as you go, for sure.
Of course. And then, so when you first started, like, how did you do that? Did you just like, let me just look up beats and like try rapping to it and writing to it, and then how did you record first? Just so for people who are on that track who do want to do it and haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
Just, it's cool to hear how people start and look at where they're at now, like you.
I started writing in my notes. As far as beats go, I didn't really know where to get beats from, because I'm like, 14, I'm like, where do you even like, how do I find a producer right now? So I'm just like, I'm using instrumentals. So I use a bunch of instrumentals from songs I would listen to, old like instrumental songs like that. And then I made this first song to a Currency instrumental. I can't remember the name of the song, but it was like, I recorded on my iPod, like with my, you know, remember how before AirPods, it was like the Apple headphones, it had like the cord and stuff, but it still had the part where you could record?
That's essential. Even to this day, it's still essential for like people who record like on BandLab and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Not BandLab, because I think back then BandLab wasn't a thing. I'm not sure, but I used GarageBand. Yeah, and then I made my first song like that. Put it out on Reverb Nation.
Woo.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh yeah, like for real. When it comes to the music stuff, like I've been doing this for a minute, for real.
Yeah. So what would you say? Because how I had mentioned earlier, you've been doing it for years, and I just noticed that there would be like a batch of work, and then maybe a little time gap, and then another batch of work. So explain that, what your processes looked like, and why that was. You know, why you did have to take those gaps in between, which is, by the way, super normal.
No, definitely. I had to learn it was normal for real too, because like when I would take those gaps, I would like kind of get down on myself, because I'm just like, damn, you're taking a break. It's like, do you really want this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think all the gaps were just times in my life where I just had to convince myself more, because like I already knew I wanted to do it, but then you got like your friends going to college, and then like some friends going to the army. You got everybody pursuing like different dreams and stuff. It's just like, is this really for me, or you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, I'm like, nah, this is for me. Like, what am I saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
because you can feel it inside of you, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's just part of you.
It's your purpose. When you feel like you know your purpose, you just kind of just like, yeah, I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
Let me see. One of the gaps was when I had went to college though. Like my mom, she was like, I know you love music, you know, just get the degree for me. You know, like your parents, So it's just like, I was like, all right, bet. Like I'm gonna go to college for a little bit. But
what
even
college did you go to?
Tallahassee. I went to Tallahassee Community.
Okay.
Yeah. But even while I was in college, I was still like writing and stuff too. Like I never like really took a break from music, even if I wasn't like putting anything out. I was always recording. Like even when Corona happened, I remember driving back down like to Northport and then recording in the studio we had in Northport. Recorded a bunch of stuff there, and I dropped like a little project during Corona. Yeah. Even behind, like, even when I'm not putting stuff out, I'm always working.
You're always putting in work. Yeah, because it's like you said, it's just a part of you. And so what was your first single that you put out?
My first official single, I would say would be Can I. I put that out in 2018. That was like my first like Apple Music streaming era type
Which
single.
I love your cover arts, by the way. I don't know. I think every like cover art that you have is just, it's like pretty unique. Even when it's just like there's a couple that are just like the text. Yeah. But even then, super dope. I even wrote down my personal favorites. Are you ready? Okay. I actually really like the 2 a.m. freestyle. Okay. I think that's super nice. I think John Carlos was really nice with it too. Like you know what I'm saying?
John
like
be snapping,
he's really nice with it too. Yeah. And I really like that video that you guys did. And
the 2 a.m. one?
Yeah, the 2 a.m. freestyle to it. And I thought it was funny. And I knew, like, even just meeting you, because this is my first time. This is my first time meeting him. I could tell, like, you're not, like, super extrovert, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I be chilling. Like, I definitely be chilling for sure.
Yeah. So I definitely got that vibe that you're just more, like, super, like you said, like, more chilling. And in that video, though, it's funny, the part where, like, some girl saw you. Yeah. And she's like, hi, Cameron. Ah! And then you're just like, you just, like, pause. You're like, because he's like, the scene is basically he's mid recording and walking and like rapping, and then it stops because some girl's like across the street and it's like,
Yeah,
oh my
she's
God.
like beeping and stuff. She's like, hey, Cameron. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, who is that? But I'm just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, he like,
Yeah.
it's so funny. Your face is like,
Yeah, I was like, all right,
and
let's
they're
go.
like,
let's go.
yeah, they're like, this man's working, leave him alone. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Does
That
that
was funny.
happen? Does that happen often to you? Do people like recognize you and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely. I would say like depends on what city I'm in, to be honest, because I moved around a lot in Florida. Like I used to live in Palm Beach, I used to live in Tallahassee for school, and then here. So it's like everywhere I end up seeing somebody I know. Or actually, it was crazy. I was just at this this networking event in Miami for like B-Stars. It was B-Stars Creator Day, and then some dude comes up to me. He's like, you look really familiar, but I don't know why. And I'm just like, I don't know, like what? And he's like, he was like, did you go to college? I was like, yeah. He was like, FSU, and I was just like,
Kind of.
Yeah, Tallahassee.
Basically.
Yeah, and he was like, that's where it is. So it's just like you'll see somebody from
random.
anywhere, especially in Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that happens all the time in Florida. I just feel like everyone just intermingles.
Everybody's like kind of in the same cities or areas. Sometimes.
Especially when you're in the creative scene.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, you definitely tap into different creative communities in the different cities. Like, each city has their own different type of creative community,
Yeah.
which is something that I've learned in the past like year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me tap into like all these different
You got to. You
different
got to be
scenes and all the
connected
different
for sure.
series. Yeah, because that's a reoccurring theme is who you know. How important is that? Tell people how important that is.
Honestly, if I would have focused on that a lot more in the beginning, I probably would be a lot further than I am right now. So it definitely is who you know. You know what I mean? And you can't have like pride. You can't be like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be like scared to network or just like, reach out, because it's just like at the end of the day, you're just trying to make a connection and, further your goals and create more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you can't really be like scared to do what you want to do, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely important when it comes to like networking and shit too. So it's like, cause we was in the B-Stars thing like 2 weeks ago, and then everybody's walking in, but you kind of see everybody like with their cliques, like, or like whoever they came with, they're just like standing there. But like me, Luke, and Nizzy, we walked in, we just looking around, and then like we just like, okay, let's go talk to them. Just walk up and just like, yo, what's up? Like, what you do? And then like once we started doing that, people started seeing, they're like, okay, like
you set the tone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're like, it's okay to talk now, but it's like really you should be like that from the jump, especially if you want to go further. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
So,
it's definitely a really huge thing. And so kind of jumping back to not only just who you know, but what type of work ethic is required for you to do everything that you do? And also, what do you do like for a job?
Let me see. I work at this DC like distribution center. It's like warehouse type.
Yeah.
I work on the weekends only because I wanted like to have a schedule for like life and music. So I work on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then every other day I'm just making music in the gym, reading, doing something. You know what I mean? Like trying to live life. Cause you gotta have that balance for sure.
Absolutely.
But work ethic. I be in the studio like whenever I'm not at work, I'm in the studio.
Where do you record at?
I record with 30 Luke. We have a studio over in his house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm just there like all the time, all the time, just recording. Or I'm looking at beats, or I'm looking on YouTube trying to find strategies to like promote, doing something. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I don't know if it's like that's just the vibe this year, but like it's very much like, yo, do something every day, like work. You know what I mean?
No, seriously.
Work. What's the point of not?
No, seriously.
Yeah.
That's how honestly I felt too, like, cause I juggle a lot of different hats, you know, so I juggle a lot of different hats, a lot of different things on my plate, and every day I do something for Powerful Mind, every single day. Like, it could be editing stuff, it could be reaching out to people. Do you know, actually, I do a lot, which is interesting, because I don't think I've ever actually talked about this before. I do so much research on people, to get people on Powerful Mind and to connect people. And like, I've even told this to like them before. In my head, what it looks like is like, you know, like the crime scene maps where they have like everyone's pictures on the wall and the string, like, you know, connecting all these different people. I'm like, how can I get this person on and this person talk to this person? Like, it's literally what it looks like all the time. Yeah, it's like literally just trying to get and strategize. Like you said, that's such a huge thing. How can I get this out there to people? How can, I get eyes on it? How
Scale
can
your
I,
business.
how can I scale it? How can I make it more noticeable to certain different groups of people, which is pretty dope. So yes, and I like I said, I peeped you, and I was like, yo. Also, another thing, your music, your lyrics, fire. I'm a very big lyric person when I listen to music. And your lyrics are just so good. They're just genuinely so good. They you actually say things, like real things in your music. Like, for example, Good Night, I was like, bro, put me my feelings.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was like, why did he just say everything that I've ever felt? So what's your process when you do your lyrics? When you write?
Sometimes it'll come to me as just like one line. Like I'll be having a thought, and I'll just be like, okay, that's a line right there.
Yeah.
And then that'll either be like the first line in the song, and then just go from there. Cause well, Good Night, I think in the beginning I was like, I don't write music, I write life. That's word to Trippy. So I was listening to this Trippy Red song. He was just like, I don't write music, I write life. So I was just like, I like that. Like, you know what I mean? You write about your life, and you put it into words and express yourself. So I was just like, I don't write music, I write life. And then I just kept going after that. Like, it'll usually just start with one line and just flow, to be honest. Yeah. Whatever I'm feeling at that moment when I'm writing about whatever I'm writing about, it'll just flow.
Fire.
Yeah,
fire. I like that. And so when it comes to, lyrics and whatnot, and I watched all of your music videos.
Yeah.
So which music video is your favorite to record?
Let me see. I would say Can I? Because it was like my first one.
Really?
Yeah.
The
just
one on the
because
beach
it was my
at
first
Siesta?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
It was my first one, so I'm just like, I was getting into the process, but it made me feel official though.
Right.
Like you got to do those things that
like
make
step
you
into
feel,
it.
you know what I mean? And that was definitely one of those moments. Cause shout out to Freed Up. He's I think his thing is Good Look Productions now. It's not Freed Up anymore, but he was like guiding me through the whole process, like directing us, like telling us like how to, you know what I'm saying? But it just, like I said, felt very official. So it was just like, it was one of those things that kind of just like I'll never forget. You know what I mean? Like I got this first video, and then I got this first single that's on Apple. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a start, and let's just keep going.
We cooking now.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That's cool. Yeah, I was watching that, and like obviously it was your first music video, and I was like, it's interesting because sometimes, like you said, you look back at your work and you're like, wow, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I looked back at I was watching it and I was like, okay, this is good. And then the part where you guys fed each other the snow cones, I was like, oh, they turned it up.
Yeah, see, he thought of that. I didn't even think of that. He was like, y'all should feed each other. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it ended up coming out dope. You know what I mean?
It did. It did end up coming out dope. And so right now, currently, where you're at, in how would you describe the stage of the journey and process? What stage are you at right now, would you say? Because you're not at the beginning stage.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. You've been at it for years.
Yeah. I feel like right now where I'm at is like very much just doing groundwork. Like I'm doing a lot of groundwork, but I'm pushing towards a breakthrough, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to like, jinx myself or anything, but I'm like, I can see something coming from like where I'm at right now. So like, that's why I'm like work, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm so like serious on myself because it's just like, there's no point of taking a break right now. If I stop right now, like momentum will drop, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not even, it's just like, I feel like, right next to a breakthrough. That's where I feel like I'm at right now, and I'm hoping I'm right too.
Isn't that such a great feeling?
Yeah.
It's like, no, and I understand what you say, like what you mean when you say that. I really do, because I can relate in some ways as well. But with that breakthrough, what are your goals with that? Like, what are you trying to get out of everything that you're doing?
I want to first, I would say, just put myself in a position to be able to make music freely, like you know what I mean, like no job, like I'm making money from music, and I'm able to just grow even faster. I would say not faster, but like further, like make it bigger,
more efficient.
You know what I mean? Because there's things I want to do right now, and I'm using the tools that I have, obviously, but like if I could do it with a different type of budget or a different, you know what I'm saying, like a different setup, it would be like a way bigger production. So like that's probably one goal that I'm really shooting for, is just to be able to put more into music right now. So I'm doing as much as I can with it so that when like I get whatever I get from like all this work, I can put it back into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's just constantly reinvesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
how much of the money that you get do you reinvest in yourself?
All of it. Yeah. Yeah.
That's the answer we like. That's the
Yeah.
answer we like.
Yeah. There's no point of not doing that because it's just like, why not?
Yeah.
I feel like if you know what you want to do, you should just put everything into it. There's just no reason not to.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just don't make sense not to, in my eyes.
No, absolutely. I agree with you 100%, especially if it's something that you're saying that you're very passionate about and you want to do and da-da-da. Like, your only good things are going to come out of investing in yourself.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't even trust yourself to invest in yourself, you have a different problem.
Yeah.
You know? Especially in this industry, like, you have to treat yourself as a business. I've said that, like, so many times. Someone clip it.
And it take money to make money, especially in the music industry, too. Like, you gotta invest a lot. Like, music videos, beats, getting your song mixed, literally anything, promoting, like everything.
When I had Mozzie on here, he said you have to pay to play. How true is that in your experience?
Very true. Like, it's not gonna be somebody that's just gonna come and be like, yo, you're amazing, let me sign you right now today. Like, it could happen, but you know what I mean? Like,
but the odds of that,
yeah, so it's just like, you're definitely gonna be investing in yourself as far as, because what you're doing is basically what the label is gonna do for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just taking the label space right now, which is one of the reasons why I want to be independent too in the future. Like, I don't really want to sign to a label. I'd rather just have my own thing, or like have what we have right now and just have partnerships with like, you know, like labels or distribution companies, anything like that. Because it's just like, you're the blueprint. You're already doing what, you know what I'm saying? So as far as paying to play go, you gotta invest in yourself. You have to. You have to pay for videos, you have to pay for beats, you have to pay for mixing. Sometimes you got to pay for photo shoots. You got to pay to travel just to get to the show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to be putting money behind it. So if you're not ready to invest in yourself, then, you know, don't do it.
No, absolutely. I agree 100%. So it's almost like, how serious are you really about what you're trying to do?
Yeah. Yeah, and the game will test you, too. I feel like I've been tested a lot of, like, how serious I am. Like I said, just those gaps that you were talking about, like going to school and stuff like that, it made me feel like, oh, am I serious for real? But then like, whenever I would get the chance to make music, I would go make music. So I was like, okay, I know I want this. It's just there's stuff in the way too, like life. So it's just like.
Right, no, absolutely. I've experienced that myself, and I've talked about it before. So, but yeah, I've experienced it, especially even with this, you know, with all of this. It's a whole process.
Yeah.
I like doing this thing. I've decided, guys, I'm going to make it a segment, a mini segment, where I read lyrics back to the artist, and just a funny lyric that I heard. Are you ready?
Okay.
Okay. So, it's, I'm a F her till she thick like a cake, and I'm about to bake it.
Oh, yeah, that was what she doing. Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
That was. Yeah.
Yo, my dog said experience.
Type shit for real though, but.
He said for real though. See, he had to make sure he put the for real though.
For real though. Okay. So.
Yeah, nah.
Go ahead.
That was definitely experience for sure, but when I'm making music now, I definitely like to play with melodies and like words and stuff. Yeah. So I think, where was I at with that?
It was a nice cadence. It was a nice cadence.
Yeah. I think in the beginning of it was like, she said, what you doing? I told her I'm trying to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I just kept going for making it. I was like, she said, what you doing? I told her I'm trying to make it, you know.
Yeah. No,
and
literally.
then I like.
It was that flow.
Yeah, that flow is just, and I feel like that was like the best part of the song, because that's when I found the pocket. You know what I mean? Whenever I find the pocket in the beat, it's like the best part of the song.
Do you just start talking shit a little bit more when you find the pocket?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I just know the flow is on point with whatever I'm saying right now.
Yeah. No, actually, you're like, I can say anything.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. I had so many moments like that too on that project that Love Swavey that I dropped last year.
That was fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Angels in Florida?
I had a moment like that in Angels in Florida for sure. Yeah, the flow on there was crazy. That's kind of my thing when it comes to music too, is flows. Like, I love just finding new flows or like finding new pockets within the beat and just seeing like, you know what I mean? Like how much I could just like sign it
Right.
I just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do beat first and then lyrics and everything?
Sometimes it'll be lyrics first. Sometimes it'll be beat first.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll just be like a mumble, like I just like and then it'll turn
go
into
from
something.
there. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a rule. And a segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting happy.
My dog said from experience. That's funny. Oh, and then the Red Room slowed.
Yeah.
Fire.
Thank you.
Fire. I
Thank
mean,
you.
I liked. Yeah, even he knows.
I like
That's
the slow
fire.
version a little bit
Yeah,
more than the regular
that's good.
version too.
I actually sent it to Ishmael because he uses a lot of audios for all his videos. I said use the beginning of this. It's a good audio.
Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he'll tag you when he does it for sure. But that's another great thing about doing this is like connecting everybody. That's why I do this, you know, so that everyone can start working together and just be more aware of each other's projects. And
we need stuff more like that. Like in Sarasota, it seems like not as connected. I feel like it's you got everybody trying to do something, but it's just like not everybody's trying to work together and do stuff.
Guys, this is why I started Powerful Mind, for exactly what this man just said right here, because it's so true. It's so true. Like, and that's something that I noticed because when I was trying to do Powerful Mind the first season, I did a lot of podcasts. Like a lot of, and when I say podcasts, I mean just me and the same people consistently doing episodes versus doing a lot more interviews. And I realized, I was like, and by realized, I mean, Dre told me this and it like clicked in my head. So shout out Dre. But Dre literally said, Amaya, your bread and butter of Powerful Mind is the interviews. Because that's the whole point as to why I created Powerful Mind, was to create that community and that foundation. Like that's the mission statement of Powerful Mind. Yeah. You know? And I was like, you're absolutely right, sir. So that's why I've been doing so many interviews because like you said, it just brings eyes to so many more people and so many people who are working so hard like you who deserve it. Like you deserve to have a platform where you can have more eyes and speak freely about what you're doing, why you're doing it. And then it's like, oh, she interviewed this person and now I have all these Powerful Mind creators, you know, that entered to the community of it, and it's just so far. I love seeing it. I love seeing everybody work together and create magic, like for real. Especially for this area.
For real too.
For this area, because we need to put the city on the map. Like we need to put this area on the map. There's so much
we got a lot
here.
of talented people here.
Yeah, and like you said, it's just crazy because no one works together.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their own little, and that's it. And I'm like, what? Why are we doing that?
It's a waste.
I feel like people are scared to reach out over here, like in this area.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you can't really be scared to do it because it's like, what are they gonna say no and you're gonna cry?
And then you just move on. Yeah. You said yes instantly.
Yeah, I'm with it. What you mean? Yeah, if we working, like, let's go. I tell everybody, like, people hit me up for a verse, people hit me up for like songwriting, anything. Like, I'm down to work. Yeah,
absolutely,
for sure.
What did you know anything like about Powerful Mind or about like me when I had hit you up? Because I
knew you had a podcast, and for some reason I felt like I was gonna end up being on here one day.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
I'm dead ass. Like
really?
I told myself like probably like 2 months ago. I was thinking about it. I was like, we're probably gonna end up working together. Like it'll be a good opportunity.
Really?
Yeah.
We up.
Sometimes you gotta plant the seed, like in your mind. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know, absolutely, absolutely. Yo, that's super dope. That's fire.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling nice. That was nice. But no, that's cool. That does make me really happy because that's like, okay, like people are noticing, even if they don't interact with anything, you know what I'm saying? Or even if they don't follow Powerful Mind, if they don't follow me, like people are noticing, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
You know? And that's one thing that I always say is that always post, always be consistent, always put yourself out there because you never know who's watching. You never know who sees it, you know? If it's there, it's there. And all your videos, because you do a lot of reels on Instagram as well, and some of them have done really good. Yeah, you know, some numbers. Yeah. How does that feel for you when you put out something and it does good and it performs well?
It feels good, but I kind of like try to remind myself that even if something doesn't do numbers, you know, like that's not taken away from like all the work that you're doing and the talent that you have. You know what I mean?
There's a snap.
As an artist, I feel like sometimes, you know, you'll drop something and then, like, it doesn't do the numbers you want it to do, and then you could get discouraged, and it's just, like, there's no point in getting discouraged because it's just, like, just because it didn't do the numbers you wanted to do or it didn't, you know, go like certain places, it doesn't mean that it won't, and it doesn't mean that like you're less of an artist or worse. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta remember that, like you gotta remember who you are when you're doing this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And so, are you actually from Northport?
No, I'm from Palm Beach.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I moved to Northport when I was like 14.
Oh really? Why? Just family.
Yeah.
Mom's like, all right, we're out.
Yeah. That was really like how it happened too. Yeah. We came to Norfolk when it was like nothing. Like
nothing.
When
Isn't that
Coco
crazy?
Plum was like just being built.
Yeah,
like,
and that was like the main attraction. That was everything.
Yeah, that was
Coco Plum. If you know, you know.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, and like everything that's being built around here, I remember when it was all woods.
Mm-hmm.
Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Yeah, I was born and raised in Northport. So.
Oh shit.
He said, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We out here. I'm a real one. I'm a real one. So yeah, that's why I say how extra important it is, because I have seen the city from literally when it was just all woods, you know, and I've seen people come and continue to move in, and I've seen them to continue to do construction, and you know, so I think, I mean, I know that this area is going to be very prominent.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make it happen for us. You know, I'm trying to put everybody on. I'm trying to eat, and I'm trying to have everybody else eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And I feel like you're kind of like that too because of your team. Because Nizzy literally works with us. Like I did. Shout out Kid Pittman. Shout out Lazy Susan, because I worked on a music video with them.
Yeah.
And as soon as I met, that was my first time meeting any of them in person. I had followed them, but so they had reached out to me, gave me the job opportunity. I was like, absolutely, you know, like I'm down. I'm the same way as you. Like I love any collaboration, anything. Like let's work. Like if you want to work, let's work. Let's do it. And so I said yes. And as soon as I met Nizzy, I literally was like, his demeanor and professionalism and how much he cared, and I was like, oh, we're definitely gonna work together again.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Nizzy's cool.
Yeah,
so
that was super dope to see that. I didn't know you guys were close like that.
Yeah.
So I dropped it in the group chat, and he was like, yo, what? You know what I'm saying?
We've been knowing each other since high school, really, since my freshman year. I think that was the second person I met when I moved to Northport.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was me, him, and John. We got started. And then we had this one kid in our group, but we ended up like not kicking him out, but you know, we not
fell off.
Yeah, type. Yeah. And then we met Luke, and then Luke had a studio in his crib, and then we recorded, made our first mixtape, and then second mixtape, and third. And
yeah, because you guys collab a lot.
Yeah.
Especially that group, but you guys collab a lot. So one last kind of topic is what does your support group look like? What is your team, your team that you already talked about? And how important is that? Because I think that just from the outside in, it's a special thing, and it looks pretty special.
Yeah.
Like your guys' relationship and dynamics.
Yeah.
So explain your support system and how important it is.
The boys keep me afloat for real, though. Let me see. Luke, I'm with Luke like every day. That's 30 Luke. He's great artist, just cool dude in general, man. That's my dog. Nizzy. Obviously, you know how cool Nizzy is. He started making music at first. He kind of switched to the role of creative direction, but he's still making music. But as far as the creative director goes, he's awesome with that. Like you see what he did for Lazy Susan and stuff like that. And then we're working on some stuff right now for our like 10th anniversary thing. We're trying to do a documentary this year. So
let's go.
But
nice.
Yeah, him, John Carlos, Kid Pittman, Dave Peace, like those are all like people I would consider like my support group, especially when it comes to music.
Nice.
Because they're all creatives too. I feel like as a creator, you need other creative like friends too.
Oh, absolutely. You have to be able to bounce off of.
Yeah. I'm not saying you can't be friends with people who do different type of stuff, but like they won't understand you as much as like your creative friends. So that's been big for me. Like when you have your like moments like as an artist where you doubt like a song or anything, or when you just want some feedback or just anything like that, you can go to those people, and that's what they are for me. You know what I mean? Like I try to keep myself afloat as much as possible, of course. You know what I mean? Like I very much go with like if I'm fucking with it, like that's what it is. You know what I mean? But like I definitely get opinions from them for sure, because they're like my trusted advisors type, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
That's what it is for
my
me.
counsel.
Type, yeah, you know what I mean? And like, I do the same for them too, like, they'll be like, bro, they'll ask me a question, I'll be like, yeah, like, I'll give them my opinion too and stuff like that, so we just bounce ideas off each other and work together, and I think it works well, like, we got a great system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, dope, I love that. And just yeah, this is dope. And I want you to say, do you have something special coming when this drops, or?
Oh, okay. Let me see. I got a lot of stuff on the way, to be honest. I got a song I'm dropping in June. I think by the time that this episode comes out, the song will be dropping around the same time. I'm trying to do a merch line in the summer.
Let's go.
You know, I ain't gonna speak on too much, but
Yeah.
we working for sure, always.
Yeah.
Always, yeah.
Cool. Tell them where to find you. Tell them what you got going on.
You can find me on any social media platform at Cameron Swavey. Let me see. I just dropped Remember, Repeat, and Red Room. They all start with R's for some reason. Don't know why. But, 3 singles already this year. I'm about to drop another one probably this month. Yeah, I'm just going to keep working. So just follow Cameron Swavey.
Yeah. Follow, support, like, subscribe.
Yeah, and follow Powerful Mind too, for sure.
Yeah.
I appreciate you for bringing me out here.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'm super grateful that you literally said yes immediately.
Yeah.
No hesitation. He's like, yep, send me the address. But thank you guys so much. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow, support Cameron as well. Support Powerful Mind. We got our sponsors as well. Shout out Bashment, Real Focus Entertainment, and I Dig Photo. Definitely go check them out. They're awesome. They're amazing. They help me create all of this as well. They'll help you pursue your goals and your dreams and make your ideas come to life as well. So definitely, support. And you already know what it is. So we'll see you next time. Peace. Yeah.